Let me ask you something that might stop you in your tracks. Have you ever felt like you're pouring your heart into a relationship, only to feel unseen, unvalued? Or like you're chasing someone who's not fully there? Have you ever wondered why you keep giving so much of yourself to someone who doesn't match your energy? If you're nodding, stay with me, because today we're going to unravel the truth about why this happens and, more importantly, how to change it. After years of coaching women, studying human psychology, and witnessing countless transformations, I've realized something that left me stunned. The problem isn't that you're not enough. It's that you've been taught to believe your worth depends on someone else's validation. Society has fed you a lie since you were young. You were told that love means proving yourself, that your value is tied to how much a man pursues you, that you need to be chosen to feel whole. You were taught that if he's not texting, calling, or showing up, it's because you're not pretty enough, smart enough, or interesting enough. And those lies have trapped incredible women. Women who run businesses, raise families, overcome hardships, into questioning their worth when a man doesn't respond the way they hope. Today, we're dismantling those myths once and for all. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to reclaim your emotional power, not by chasing love, but by becoming the kind of woman who radiates it from within. A woman no man can forget, not because you're playing games, but because you're authentically, unapologetically you. Let's start with a hard truth. Every time you doubt yourself because he didn't call, every time you check your phone hoping for a message, every time you adjust your energy to fit his attention, you're giving away a piece of your power. And here's what breaks my heart. You don't even realize you're doing it. You're not alone. Countless women have been conditioned to believe their value hinges on external approval. A 2021 study in the Journal of Social Psychology found that 72% of women reported tying their self-esteem to romantic validation at some point in their lives. Even more striking, 65% said they felt anxious or inadequate when a partner didn't respond promptly. Sound familiar? If you've ever felt your heart sink because he didn't text back, or if you've spent hours analyzing what you said or did wrong, this is for you. But here's the game changer. Your worth isn't determined by who texts you, who chooses you, or who stays. Your worth is inherent. It's in your essence, your strength, your unique light. And the moment you start living from that truth, everything shifts. You stop chasing, you stop settling, and you start attracting people who see you for who you truly are. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you've always been. A woman with dreams, passions, and a life worth living, with or without anyone's approval. Let's talk about Stoicism, because this ancient philosophy holds a key to unlocking your power. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Stoicism isn't about shutting off your emotions or becoming cold. It's about mastering your inner world so you can navigate the outer world with clarity and confidence. It's about choosing how you respond when life, or a man, throws you a curveball, when he goes silent, when he pulls away, when he doesn't show up the way you deserve. Stoicism teaches you to stay centered, not because you don't care, but because you care more about your peace than his actions. Let me ask you something raw and real. The last time he didn't text back for days, did you stay calm? Did you keep living your life? Or did you spiral into stories about why he's distant? Did you call a friend, work on a project, or do something for you? Or did you obsess over what he might be thinking? If you're like most women, those moments of silence felt like a personal attack. But here's the truth no one tells you. His silence isn't about you, it's about him. Sometimes it's disinterest, sometimes it's distraction, sometimes it's his own emotional struggles. But whatever the reason, your power lies in how you respond. A woman who stays grounded, who keeps building her life, who refuses to let someone else's absence dim her light, that's the woman who becomes unforgettable. Let me share a story that changed how I see this. Sarah, a 38-year-old marketing executive, came to me after a string of disappointing relationships. She was confident in her career, but felt like she was failing in love. She'd meet men, invest her heart, and then feel crushed when they pulled away or ghosted her. She'd text, call, and overanalyze, trying to fix things. During our sessions, we worked on one thing, shifting her focus from chasing validation to building her own worth. One day, she met Daniel at a networking event. They hit it off, but after a few dates, he went silent for a week. In the past, Sarah would have sent a casual, "Hey, you okay?" text, or spiraled into self-doubt. But this time, she did something different. She took that week to reconnect with herself. She signed up for a painting class she'd always wanted to try, went out with friends, and focused on a big work project. When Daniel finally texted, she responded warmly, but didn't drop everything to accommodate him. They went out again, and he later told her, "I was blown away by how full your life is. It made me want to be part of it." Today, they're married, and Sarah says that week of silence was the moment she realized her worth didn't depend on his attention. Here's what Sarah learned, and what I want you to take to heart. When you live from your own center, you become magnetic, not because you're trying to be, but because you're whole. A 2023 study in Personality and Social Psychology Review found that women who prioritize self-directed goals, hobbies, friendships, personal growth, are perceived as more attractive and emotionally stable by potential partners. Why? Because a woman who doesn't need a man to feel complete radiates a confidence that's impossible to ignore. She's not playing hard to get. She's living a life so rich that anyone who enters it feels like they're joining something extraordinary. So, how do you become that woman? Here are 9 actionable keys grounded in psychology and stoicism to help you reclaim your power and build unshakable self-worth. First key: stop seeking validation, start creating it. Your worth doesn't come from his texts, his calls, or his approval. It comes from the life you build. The next time you're tempted to check your phone or chase his attention, ask yourself, what can I do right now to make me feel good? Maybe it's reading a book, going for a walk, or working on a passion project. A 2022 study in Journal of Positive Psychology found that engaging in self-directed activities boosts self-esteem by 35% more than seeking external validation. Second key: reframe silence as opportunity. When he goes silent, don't see it as rejection. See it as space to reconnect with yourself. Use that time to pursue a goal, reconnect with a friend, or try something new. His absence is an invitation to focus on you. Stoicism teaches that we can't control others, but we can control how we respond. Choose growth over worry. Third key: set boundaries that reflect your worth. If his silence feels disrespectful, decide what you're willing to accept. You don't have to tolerate inconsistent communication or one-sided effort. Say to yourself, I deserve someone who shows up fully. Boundaries aren't about punishing him. They're about honoring you. Research shows that women who set clear boundaries report 50% higher satisfaction in relationships. Fourth key: cultivate a rich inner world. Build a life so full that his presence is a bonus, not a necessity. Rediscover hobbies, invest in friendships, chase dreams you've put on hold. When you're excited about your own life, you stop depending on anyone else to fill it. A woman with a vibrant inner world is magnetic because she's complete on her own. Fifth key: practice self-compassion. When you feel rejected, don't criticize yourself. Instead, talk to yourself like you would a dear friend. Say, you're enough just as you are. A 2021 study in emotion found that self-compassion reduces anxiety and increases resilience, helping you stay grounded in moments of doubt. Sixth key: observe, don't absorb. His actions, silence, distance, or inconsistency say more about him than you. Don't take it personally. As Epictetus said, what need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Observe his behavior as information, not a reflection of your value. This shift frees you from emotional spirals. Seventh key: surround yourself with support. Lean on friends, family, or a community that lifts you up. Share your goals, your fears, your dreams. A 2020 study in social science and medicine found that strong social connections increase emotional resilience by 45%. When you're supported, his silence loses its power to shake you. Eighth key: act from abundance, not lack. Approach relationships from a place of fullness, not desperation. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're inviting someone to share in your already rich life. This mindset attracts people who value you because they sense you don't need them, you choose them. Ninth key: believe in your future. Your worth isn't tied to this moment or this man. You're on a journey, and every experience is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more radiant. Visualize the life and love you want, and trust that it's coming. A woman who believes in her future doesn't settle for less than she deserves. Let me share another story to bring this home. Maria, a 45-year-old teacher, came to me feeling drained after years of chasing men who didn't value her. She'd bend over backward to please them, only to feel invisible when they pulled away. We worked on building her self-worth, focusing on her passions, writing and volunteering. One day, she met Alex at a community event. They connected, but when he didn't call for a week, Maria didn't panic. She wrote a short story, volunteered at a local shelter, and spent time with friends. When Alex reached out, she was warm but didn't drop everything. Over time, he was drawn to her confidence and independence. They've been together 2 years now, and Alex says, "I fell in love with how she lives her life. She didn't need me. She chose me." Maria told me, "I used to think I had to prove my worth. Now I know my worth is in how I live, not who loves me." Here's the deeper truth. When you embrace your self-worth, you don't just change how men see you. You change how you see yourself. You stop tolerating crumbs when you deserve the whole feast. You stop chasing people who don't prioritize you. You stop settling for less than your worth. And that shift? It's magnetic. Men can feel when a woman is centered, when she's living from abundance, when she's not afraid to walk away from what doesn't serve her. That energy isn't about playing hard to get. It's about being impossible to replace. Let's address the hard part. This journey isn't easy. Facing your insecurities, unlearning old patterns, and building a life you love takes work. You might feel tempted to fall back into chasing validation, especially when you're lonely or rejected. But every time you choose yourself, every time you say, "I'm enough," every time you focus on your growth, you're building a foundation no one can shake. As Seneca said, no person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. So what do you do the next time he doesn't call? Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Not from him, but from you. Do you need rest? A walk? A conversation with a friend? A step toward a dream? Then give that to yourself. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. When you become your own source of love, validation, and joy, you attract people who mirror that energy. His silence stops being a threat and becomes a chance to shine brighter. Here's what excites me most. This transformation doesn't just change your love life, it changes everything. The confidence you build by owning your worth spills into your career, your friendships, your sense of purpose. You negotiate better, set healthier boundaries, and choose relationships that nourish you. You become the woman who doesn't just survive silence, she thrives in it. The woman who doesn't just attract love, she radiates it. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these keys hit home? Have you ever felt your worth waver because of someone's silence? Have you had a moment where you chose yourself and saw everything change? Share your story. Your experience could inspire another woman to reclaim her power. And if this message resonated, give it a like and share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Together, we're stronger. You weren't born to chase love. You were born to live it. You weren't created to beg for attention. You were created to radiate so much self-love that the right people can't help but be drawn to you. Your power isn't in his hands, it's in yours. Use it. Start today. Choose yourself, build your life, and become the woman no one can forget. Not because you tried to be, but because you became your truest, most powerful self.